The time has come. SEO is officially dead. And in this video, I want to tell you why. I want to tell you why you should quit doing SEO, why I'm going to stop doing it, and why everyone else that's doing it right now will most likely quit in a few weeks from now. And what I mean by SEO is dead is the actions of human beings in the SEO strategies. Meaning that, and I've talked about this before, if you're doing SEO solely by yourself, solely using yourself as a human or other people as humans in your team, you're just going to get left behind. There is no world that it makes sense to not be leveraging AI to do SEO. And I know AI is this big thing, not that it was blown out of proportion, not at all. It is very powerful, but people try to apply AI to everything. AI for cooking, AI for reading books, AI for SEO, AI for marketing, right? And sometimes it's sort of a buzzword. And sometimes, in some cases, people overuse it, and using AI isn't really better over just using yourself as a human. However, and you'll see on this YouTube channel and on other YouTube channels, the extensive use of AI to help you with your SEO efforts just gives you such an edge over the competition. And I've said this before and I'll say it again, right? If you're not using AI, you're just gonna get left behind. And don't take this as a push to use my product. You don't need to use my product, right? You don't even need to pay for an AI. You can just use ChatGPT, but at least use some AI. Because again, you can use Journalist AI, my product. You can use any other product out there, or just use the free version of ChatGPT, but at least use it. Use it to leverage. For example, figure out things you're doing manually right now and try to automate them with AI. Because if you don't do it, your competitors will. And with all the training I put here on this channel and on other channels, right, you see me constantly leveraging AI. Yes, I use my own tool. I mean, what else would I use, right? I built this tool tailored for my specific needs, right? There's a reason why I don't use ChatGPT, right? There's a reason why I use my own AI. It's because there's a ton of automation and a ton of workflows I can just get done just like that. Again, I could use ChatGPT, but I've automated it even further by building my own tool. Again, use ChatGPT, use whatever you want. I'll leave links down below for free courses on how to do SEO by leveraging AI and free AI tools. Because again, you don't need to pay for anything. You can just do it the less automated way, right? Still using AI, but less automated. But again, make sure to use AI, otherwise you're just gonna get left behind. And so now with that intro out of the way, I wanna actually give you some tangible, actionable tips you can start implementing today to leverage AI into all your SEO workflows. So let me just jump straight into my computer and go over what all these are. Let's go. Okay, so first things first is we gotta understand what we're automating, right? Because we have this amazing technology that is AI, right? But this, you gotta see this as like a tool, right? And like a wrench, right, that you use to like tighten up bolts. If you don't know what this tool does or what it's for, it's quite pointless, right? For example, like a screwdriver. If you don't know what the screwdriver is for, right, it's quite pointless to have this tool. And AI is the same thing. If you don't know how to use AI, well, it's sort of pointless. Okay, so you gotta know what AI can do for you, and most importantly, you gotta know what the AI tool does. Because again, if you don't know what this screwdriver is meant to do, tightening up screws, right? I mean, it's irrelevant if you have this in your hand or not. So first things first is you gotta know what you want to do and how to do it, and then you gotta use a tool to do it faster. That's exactly what AI is. And so in terms of SEO, right, as you know, SEO, and I say this all the time, has three main pillars, right? We have the on-page SEO, right? We have off-page SEO, okay? And we have technical SEO, right? And these are essentially the three main pillars of SEO. So to succeed in SEO, to rank a site first for multiple keywords, get a ton of traffic, right? Not just traffic, but high buying intent traffic that converts, you gotta tackle all three, right? And I guess let's start with technical SEO, right? This is the boring stuff about SEO. It's your site speed, right? Your schema markup, your meta title, your meta description, right? Your UI and UX, okay? They're all very important things about your technical SEO. And there's a bunch more stuff, right? Just these ones will be enough to cover like a lot of stuff. For example, site speed, right? You could be ranking first, right? Your site for a certain keyword, right? Someone searches for something on Google, right? You are number one right here, and all your competitors are down here, right? And you're ranking first, right? But people click your site and it takes ages to load, like 10 seconds to load. Well, what's gonna happen is that people eventually are just gonna click off and click the second result or third. And if they do that eventually over time, again and again and again, well, your site's gonna drop down. So again, site speed, super important. Schema markup, again, this is a bit more technical. I'll leave a video down below on what this is, how it works, how you do it. This is super important and can get you like a huge edge over the competition. Here's just an example. If you're like a local business, for example, if I type in here, Dallas plumber, right? I'll tell you right off the bat who's using a schema, right? These guys are using schema, right? This is called review schema, right? You see here, there's this little thing right here with their reviews. Again, this stands out so much more than any other result, right? Not only just because the real estate is bigger, right, than these ones, but because again, they're the only ones with this little different color star. So this calls so much more attention. I can assure you that these guys are getting a higher CTR than some of these guys ranking above them. Okay, so yeah, this is just an example of what schema is. This is the review type schema. There's a bunch of them. Just know that, again, if you want to learn a bit more about this and how to do it and how to implement it to your site, check the video down below in the description. I'll show you how to do it. Meta title and meta description, super important. This is what appears. So when you, right here, this is your meta title right here. And this is your meta description right here. Like the way you write this has to tackle two things, right? The first one, you got to be SEO optimized, right? So you got to sprinkle in your keywords in here, right? Sprinkle your keywords both in the title and in the description. The second thing is you got to optimize this for conversion. So this needs to be enticing, right? It cannot just be some boring thing. It needs to entice people to click. And here's an example, right? These guys right here chose to put in their phone number in their meta title. So even though their CTR, their click-through rate might be less than these ones, they might be making more money because people don't even bother clicking. You just see the number, okay, I'm just gonna call these guys. They don't have to click into the site and find the number. They can just do the search, and without any clicks, they can just find the number here. Now again, of course, you gotta measure this stuff, you gotta try with and without, but these are just some of the small nuances. Meta titles and descriptions can impact the money you make, essentially, because at the end of the day, it's all about how much money you make, right? These guys chose to add it in the meta description. Most likely nobody will read this and see this right here, okay? Because in the meta description, the only words that are bolded out are your keywords. But again, I have a video on this, which goes a bit more in depth into all this. Again, just know that this is very important too. Then UI and UX, of course, right? If your site looks ugly, if the perceived value is low, right? If it looks like it was made in the 90s, right? Nobody will trust your brand and actually call you or email you or buy your services and products. So investing in a designer for user interface and user experience is super important. Again, I'll leave a video down below for this. I don't want to bore you with all this. Yeah, there's a bunch more stuff. That's all about technical SEO. Right, then of course we have off-page SEO. This essentially is link building, how to build links, right? You want to build backlinks. And again, I'll leave a course, again, because I've talked about this already before. And I have a course down below in the description, how to build backlinks, what backlinks are, how to build them, which ones you should build, which ones you shouldn't build, the anchor text. But again, just know that this is key. You cannot succeed in the SEO space just with targeting one of these pillars. You got to target all three. And link building, honestly, is one of the most impactful here because usually most people nail down on-page and technical SEO. Usually, most of your competitors will have a decent on-page SEO and a decent technical SEO, but they will lack off-page SEO. They will lack a portfolio of valuable and powerful backlinks linking to them. And just a quick note, the ideal backlink you want to have, and by the way, if you don't know what a backlink is, let's say, for example, your site right here talks about, it's a plumbing website, right? And you have a Wikipedia page linking to you, you have Forbes linking to you, right? You have Huffington Post linking to you. These are all backlinks. And the more backlinks you have from more authoritative sources, the more Google will think or will perceive that you are a trustworthy source as well, thus ranking you higher on Google. That's sort of the gist of it, right? So ideally you want to have a lot of backlinks from a lot of powerful sources. And the ideal backlink is one that's both powerful, so the domain it comes from has a domain with high traffic, high metrics, and also relevancy. So if your site talks about plumbing, ideally you want to have links from the plumbing bureau, the governmental organization for plumbers, plumbing blogs, right? Not necessarily the sites and blogs about cats and dogs, because these, even though these could be powerful, they're not really that relevant. Now again, it's not that easy to get the ideal backlink, one that's both powerful and relevant, but you can get a good mix of it. Again, if you want to learn more about this, check the links down below in the description. Which will give you a course on how to do all of this, okay? And then finally, we move on to on-page SEO. And again, I know I'm not speaking about AI just yet, but I need to, again, tell you what the tool, right, what AI is going to be doing, okay? On-page SEO essentially is everything that happens on the site. So what you write, how you write it, what you write about, the keywords you sprinkle in your content, your internal linking strategy. So when you write a post, right, you gotta have links to other posts of yours, to your homepage, to your services pages, external links, right? The images you have in the articles, the videos, your layouts, everything happens on the site, your menus, your footers. So every single thing happens on the site. Again, super important. Again, you cannot succeed in SEO just with one of these. You gotta do all three. And if you do all three properly, or at least decently, you'll be in the top three, essentially guaranteed, honestly, because most people don't go out of their way to do all this right here. Now, before I go over the AI stuff, it's very important that when you're doing all this stuff, right, because SEO, right, in all these three pillars, you're optimizing to ranking your site #1 on Google for a bunch of keywords. Now, a lot of people make this mistake, which is targeting keywords based on search volume. And that's a huge mistake because search volume, right, is a vanity metric. Because let's say I have a site, right, ranking first and getting in 10 million clicks per day or per month, right? 10 million per month, right? This is your site, right? And my site only gets 1 million per month. I know these are big values, but stick with me here, right? Now, you think, okay, you think that if we're in the same niche, targeting more or less the same keywords, well, you think that these guys that have 10x my traffic, so you have 10x my traffic, you should be making more money. That being said, that's not the reality in most cases. Why? Because even though we're in the same niches, I'm targeting the right keywords. By right keywords, I mean keywords, with a high buying intent. So it's much more important to look at the intent of the person searching behind the keyword than the actual traffic. For example, I give this example all the time. Let's say, for example, my business is an iPhone repair shop. So people come into the store to repair their iPhones, right? Before, of course, they come into my website. So they come into my site, and then they come into my shop, okay? Now, my website could be ranking for a bunch of keywords. They could be ranking for keywords like where to repair my iPhone, or how much does it cost to repair my iPhone. They could also be ranking for keywords like how to repair my iPhone. And the keyword how, and any related keywords, let's say I have 10K searches per month, and the keywords where or how much only have like 1,000. Well, you'd say that these, again, all related keywords, more or less in the same niche. Well, you'd think, okay, let me just target this one. The thing is that the intent behind this, right, the intent of someone who's looking for how, they're not looking to have someone fix the iPhone for them. They're looking to do it themselves. While someone searching for where or how much, the intent behind the search, right, is to find someone to do it for them. So the buying intent in these keywords is much higher. So even though the traffic is way less, well, most likely you'll convert these people at a much higher rate. Now, of course, it's not to say that you cannot convert some of these people. For example, you could have like a guide, a video, a blog post, whatever, or a page going over the step-by-step on how to fix a certain iPhone. You can like have a drop down by model and give you like these amazing guides on how people could fix their own iPhones, right? And then you could just have a call to action saying, hey, listen, you gave it a go, you tried it out, let us do it for you. Come into our shop and we'll do it for you. So again, all this big page where there's like a selector, a drop down where they can choose their iPhone model, and then there's like images with text explainers, then more images with text, right? But again, you give them all the sauce, and then maybe a call to action down here or a call to action up here. Say, hey, listen, don't try it yourself. Let us do it. Let the professionals do it. Now, again, doing that, you can convert some of these people where the intent is them wanting to do it themselves. You can convert them to, hey, listen, okay, let me just pay someone to do it for me. So again, not to say that these people, that you cannot switch the intent, but the initial intent from these people is not to pay someone to do it for them. The initial intent is they want to do it themselves. While again, the intent from these people right here is they want to pay someone to do it for them, And so in this example, right, even though I'm getting less traffic than you, I'm ranking for keywords that have, again, I need to mention, right, even though I'm getting less traffic, I have the same amount of keywords ranking first than you. So you have 100 keywords ranking first, right? And I only have 10 keywords ranking first. But the keywords I have ranking first, the buying intent of such keywords is way, way higher than yours. And this applies to any niche. For example, for my software, Journalist AI, we have a bunch of competitors where they get a ton more traffic than us. But the traffic they get, and we can look at this in all these tools, is for keywords with they're such top of the funnel keywords. The buying intent is so far away that even though we get less traffic, we're more successful. Okay, so that's, I guess, the final thing here in terms of your on-page SEO strategy. Now, again, how do you apply and how do you introduce AI into this? Well, it's super simple, right? You do all this stuff manually. And if you're doing SEO, you do all this manually. If you're an agency, if you're a business owner, you do all this stuff manually. Ideally, you do all this manually. And again, I'll leave courses down below I'll leave, courses down below in the description how to do all this. Now, your goal is to, again, learn how to do all this stuff manually, because again, you gotta learn what the tool is for. You gotta learn that the screwdriver is meant to tighten up a screw. You know what a screw is, you know what it goes in, you know which side it turns, so you know how to do SEO, you know what SEO is, you know the 3 pillars, you know how to do stuff manually. And now after you know how to do it, you gotta find solutions to automate it. So for example, let's say you are building content, right? And this content is based off of keywords. So so now you gotta find the keywords, right? Then you gotta choose the keywords with the high buying intent. Okay, now then you gotta produce content for such keywords. Okay, now once you have like the content layout, you gotta make sure that there's a proper internal linking strategy, external links, images, all that. Now you go find the AIs that do this for you. Just a quick Google search. Again, I'm not trying to promote my software. Journalist AI does all that for you. But again, don't even use it. Go use ChatGPT. Right? Use ChatGPT for the stuff because it will save you a ton of time. And again, if you're not doing it, your competitors will do it. Same thing for off-page SEO, right? At the moment, we don't have any tool that does it for you. At the moment, I just do it I just do it manually. So if you want to buy links, again, not trying to promote myself, but at least for me right now, I actually build my own links manually, step by step, because it's more of a, AI isn't good enough at it right now. But trust me, once it is good, I'll just use AI for it. But again, I know how to do it. I know all the processes. Again, I'll leave a link down below for a free course that teaches you exactly my processes on how to build links. So how to find links, the links to choose, the links not to choose, the anchors. Again, I know all the steps. So once there's an AI that does all this for me, I know how to use it best than anyone else. So I know how to use, again, the tool, right? The goal is to build links, right? And I'll know how to use the tool to build links. Technical SEO, journalist AI will do this in a week's time, which is pretty cool. But there's a bunch of free tools out there where you just put in your site. You should just search like AI SEO analyzer or SEO analyzer. You'll find a bunch of tools where you put in your domain. It'll give you a list of things to fix. Fix your meta tags, add schema markup, fix your meta title, fix your site speed. It'll give you like tips on how to do it. Again, why do it manually when you can just use AI for it? Now, again, I know this is a bit more of a theoretical video, but hopefully it was valuable. Again, I'll leave links down below for all these courses. Again, I don't charge a single thing for these SEO courses. They're all for free to get you to learn how to do this stuff, because I think it's way, way more important that I teach you for free on how to do all this stuff. And then eventually you use AI. And if you want, you can use my tool. Again, no pressure, but once you're ready, right? Maybe once you've used ChatGPT and you've hit his limit, just like myself, right? That's the reason why we built our AI tool. And then maybe you hop in. Again, no pressure. I just wanted to learn. I just wanted to actually use AI, because if you use AI, you win, I win, everyone wins, and your competitors, if they're not using it, they'll lose. So yeah, that's it. That's the video. Thank you so much for watching. Like, subscribe. Okay, actually, before I go, I felt like it was important that I gave you some more tangible advice, I guess, even though there's a bunch of tangible advice, in the videos linked down below in the description. Still, here's, for example, how I do keyword research for a new site, or for an existing site I want to rank higher. Let's say, for example, hey, my site is my competitors are this right. Their name keywords are lumber, Alice, and lumber, Alice. I want you to take a look at their sites, read through all the pages, and tell me which optimizing for. This is this site there's a few right here. Let's assume one site is this one. Actually, this one site is this. Just place in here. We'll just get competitors right here. Super page. First one, second one, and third one right here. Again, I'm doing this quite fast, but I think you get the point. Now, again, this isn't just a final prompt, and you can iterate prompts. The goal is just to start leveraging AI to keep using it to do all these things for you. Now, while this loads, by the way, you can just, again, if you want to use a paid tool, you can just go to charleston.com and go to blog automation, click feeds. What you can do here is you can create a keyword feed. Basically, you give it a website URL, give it a bunch of your like main keywords, give a list of your competitors, choose the country, choose the language, click create feed, and we'll give you a list of keywords you should be targeting. So let me just give you an example right here while this loads. So again, my site is this one right here. Boom. Let's just do my keywords are plumber, Dallas. Now I'm in the US, English. Okay, let's just do create feed. Again, while this loads, let's go back to ChatGPT. Okay, so below is high-level comparative focus keyword analysis based on typical, right, keyword here, typical optimization patterns for local plumbing businesses, whatever. Since ChatGPT doesn't have real-time browsing, well, that's one of the downsides of GPT, is it is giving you info based on what it thinks, right? It's not really going into the competitors and looking at what they're doing. So again, all this info here, take it with a grain of salt. Well, for example, with a tool like Journalist AI, which is a bit more robust, I guess, that's why it's paid, right? It gives you the ability to actually dive deep into the actual sites and read through them. Okay, so that's, again, all these keywords here are tailored based on what the 3 competitors where you gave it your own site, the country, and the language. And by the way, this hasn't here yet info on the type of keyword. So if it is an informational keyword, a buyer keyword, right, a research keyword, we'll give you eventually, hopefully hopefully if you're watching this video now or a couple months later when it was released, this feature will already be implemented, because again, I want to actually give you visibility of the actual intent of the keywords. Then you can just choose the ones you think and you feel like make the most sense according to your SEO strategy. Because again, I'm not saying that you need just to choose, you just need to choose high buy intent keywords. You might want to choose informational based keywords that you can then transform and guide and nurture people into a buyer, because some of these high buy intent keywords are going to be more competitive. And so you might want to go the long way around and find informational based keywords again, like for example the iPhone repair, maybe a website with an interactive drop down where they can choose the model, right? And then there's like tutorials, videos, and images, right, going over how to fix every model, and then a call to action saying, hey, listen, don't do this yourself, let us do it for you. Then you nurture them into and you give them value, and then nurture them into your business, whether that's directly or maybe through an email sequence, right? There's a bunch of stuff you can do here. Again, my point is that don't just focus on high buying intent keywords. Again, your SEO strategy can go multiple ways. Hopefully this makes sense so far. But again, like I said, ChatGPT doesn't have the live browsing features, which is again why one of the reasons why I built this. Okay, again, no need to use it. I'm just giving you a comparison because the info here can still be used, right? And so again, you can also, for each one of these competitors, just go to the site, right? Take a screenshot and upload it in ChatGPT. So now GPT can actually read the site. Or you can just download the HTML and upload it to them, and now they can actually read the site. Again, this takes work, but it's doable. Okay, so uploading files here and speaking with them back and forth. And this will give you ideas into what these guys are doing, what they're targeting. Okay, again, pretty simple, pretty straightforward. And then you can then take this, right, and say, hey, listen, okay, take this keyword that you gave me, or this niche, right, take this service type and give me a list of 10 high buying intent keywords based on it. Okay, and now again, you go speak with it, and slowly, step by step, we do all the steps for the regular non-AI SEO, but leveraging AI. Again, that's why it's very important that you know what SEO is and what it does, so you can then manipulate and guide the AI to do whatever it is that you want it for you. Hopefully this makes sense. Again, with a tool like this, you can then just choose the keywords you want and then produce content based off of these keywords. Again, I won't show you how this looks, but if you want to give it a go, I can just show you how it looks, because I want to show you something real cool here. Open up here one of my articles, because I wanted to make sure this is very visual. This is all done with AI, by the way. Again, I can take this, right, it's all done with AI, and I can have ChatGPT do the same thing. Now, of course, GPT won't really add images or links because these are internal links. So what it does is I gave it my site and I told it, hey, listen, I gave you my site, I wanted you to produce an article, and on the article, like this is the actual article, have links to my homepage, have links to my service page, have links, if I talk about a certain topic here, link to my blog post that talks about all this topic. And this automatic internal linking structure is not really doable with GPT, at least as of now. So that's why, again, we built this. Images as well. For example, one of the cool things about this is you can edit this with AI. Again, you can also do this, I think, with GPT. It takes you a bit more work, but you can upload images into the GPT or ask it to change the images based on certain prompts. Which, for example, if I go here and say, put this underwater, it will take the same car, same make, same model, and put it underwater. Again, this is maybe a silly example, but you can apply this to any niche you want. There you go, same car underwater. Now, let's, for example, here, I want to add a couple links here. I go here, add external links. Again, just look at this. The time this is saving me, right? And boom, there you go. I just added 4 external links, right? Again, relevant with the right anchors. Again, I could do all this manually. I can just go here and choose the best places to add links to, then add the links. But why would I when I can just use AI? It does it so much faster for me. Again, all this done with AI, with internal links, external links, bullets, tables, quote, even in-article videos that are relevant to what the article is about. Again, yes, I could go and on YouTube and scroll and find a video that's relevant to this article and embed it here. But again, AI, you just do all this for me automatically. Again, you don't need and do not use this if you don't have any money, or if you want to take things slowly. You can sort of do all this with GPT. Again, you can upload an image and then prompt it, to change it up. Right? You can upload an article right here and say, hey, listen, I don't think actually you can do the internal linking strategy or the external linking strategy, but you can say, hey, listen, write this in bullets. For example, I can go here and I can say, make this a list, right? You can do this inside of ChatGPT. So don't think you just need to use Journal CI. You don't. I'm just showing you because it's way faster here. But again, you can change things around. You write these things. You can say, write this in a funnier tone, right? You can add custom prompts to it. You can even add sprinkling your keywords. Again, you can say if the article is not really optimized for your niche, right? You could say add Dallas plumber, add plumbing a company if you want to mention your company, right? Again, you can do all this with GPT. My point is to show you that you can do it with GPT. I'm just doing it here because it's way faster. It's what I use, right? So again, one very small thing and one very small part about SEO, but which I think you should be leveraging because again, just the simple thing of adding external links just by clicking a button. I just did it in 2 seconds. You would take a longer time if you're not using AI. Again, I don't think with ChatGPT you can do it. Let me give it a go, right? Write me a paragraph about SEO, 100 words max. Let's just say, okay, add links to SEO.com. I want to see if based on an input of an article, it can add links to my own site. So these will be internal links, right? These will be internal links to my own site and add external links linking out to any authoritative external sources you make sense. Let's see if it does actually do this and updates the article with the actual links. If it does, great, you can use it for this. If not, you can just do it manually. So let me just see what it does. Okay, there we go. Okay, perfect, right. Okay, so it's actually adding the links. So links to, where's this go to? So now it's really working. So yeah, but again, it did work. So just proof that again, with AI, you can do all these things way faster because it chooses the anchors for you. It goes out and finds the most relevant domains to link out to. And again, just saves you a ton of time. I know this is just one small thing and one very small part of all that I went through, but I actually wanted to give you a tangible example. So yeah, that's it. Like, subscribe, check the links down below in the description, and I'll catch you in the next one. Cheers.